G'day guys, welcome back to Vast City Zoo. Today I am building the tiger exhibit in my Indian area. So I am starting off with the backstage area because obviously these are dangerous animals. You do not want to get in there with a tiger. You won't survive. You really don't want one of these guys after you. It doesn't matter if you can climb, swim, run. They can do it better. Your best bet would be to trip someone else over. So yeah, obviously you don't want to get in there with them. So I do have these gates that can slide off with the push of a button. You've got two sections, one for the whole building and then this smaller spot, and they obviously do train the cats to be able to go in them, so that they also come up to the mesh, they show their teeth, they train them with a bit of meat, like they show their teeth so that they can check obviously their teeth and their gums and stuff like that. So they can train them to go into this second area here, or into the area at all. But yeah, so this is just like the backstage area. I do also end up doing like CCTV footage. Oh, say that 10 times fast. Which is what you can see the monitors over here. I do end up putting it towards the end, although I don't record me doing that because I have noticed if you are recording, or even if you're not recording, if you're in a habitat cam or a security cam and you minimize it, the game crashes. So I end up with 6 cameras in this habitat, so it crashed at least 6 times. But I mean, I knew that was going to happen. I just had to remember to save it, and then I just pretty much did my recording for the first camera and then let the game crash or close the game and kept going there. Because obviously you want to be able to confirm that there are no cats left in that enclosure before you go in there. You do not want to be in there with any cats. I also do it so that the guests can see some of these cameras. I have more in because I have a talking point and eventually, and so I have the cameras in there, and I also have some in just on that bridge over the river as well, so that you can spot the tiger if you can't see them with your own eyes, because a lot of the time they are hard to spot. Obviously they're very good at what they do, they are very stealthy, they are very intelligent, and so yeah, not only do the keepers want to make sure they know where they are, the guests might also want to be able to see them too if they can't actually view it with their own eyes. Yeah, just putting in some gardens here to make it look nice and pretty. Even though the guests won't see this, obviously, it still looks nice. They can see it on camera, and I mean, it looks nice and pretty. I do a fountain on the other side too. That was kind of annoying to do. I don't think I'll be doing that again. I say that, but I probably will at least another 3 or 4 times, because I like to make things difficult for myself. I also do I make stairs for the keepers so that obviously keepers can get down. I make them out of like the mesh pieces and something. I saw, what was it, who was it? I think it was Toves. He did it once, and I thought it was a pretty good idea. Obviously a lot of the animals in game, their hitbox can't actually climb those stairs, so they can't get on them. In real life, that's probably not feasible, because I assume a cat could do that. Doesn't matter if it wants to, it could get in there. But yeah, so just so the keepers can obviously get down. I do also, I suppose I'll explain that. Actually, yeah, I'll explain that in the real time when I do a walk. The real time will probably be around 30 minutes, I think it was. I don't remember the exact number, but obviously I'm going to put a link in there so you can skip on over that. But yeah, I am happy with how this one turned out. I'm not completely done, obviously, because the whole India area is not done. I'm going to do the rhinos on the other side of the river, and then I'll also have elephants and the peafowls. Undecided how I'm going to do them yet, but that's a TBD, future me problem. Yeah, so I don't mind this habitat. It is supposed to be a bit of a mangrove. I'm pretty sure that like that type thing, because that's the habitat that they mostly live in India. Obviously there's more than that, The foliage probably doesn't completely match up with that, but hey, this is still a game. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for me. I do know when I eventually put the tiger in, or I try to, I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but if you have more than one trade center in your zoo, sometimes it'll turn around and say no path to destination. And it is a bitch. So I also had the barriers, the guest barriers up so that obviously guests couldn't come into this section whilst I was building it, and staff as well, because I didn't want any rubbish, and obviously there was nothing in there for the staff to come in there. And I forgot about them. There's 3 different paths as well. So like I deleted one barrier, then it still said no path. Deleted another, still said no path. Deleted another one, still said no path. I checked all my paths and they were fine. And then I remembered the fact that last time, because obviously I have 2 sides to this zoo where they're connected with the monorail, kind of like a Taronga zoo in Sydney, where you can go to one side of the zoo and view those other animals. So I had to actually, when I was doing the reptile house, I had to actually delete the trade center that was over near the flamingos, and then I realized, oh wait, I did delete them, so I've got the wrong trade center in. I put one over there, and then for some reason it was still saying no path to destination, even though it was fine. There was no guest barriers that was stopping the staff as well, and I ended up just throwing one random right next to the habitat. Obviously I'm gonna delete that eventually, but yeah, you see me finicking with it a few times, and then I'm just like, nah, screw this. I stopped the recording and I play it when it eventually lined back up, which is when I just dumped that trade center in. So that will get deleted eventually, but I probably will keep it in the Indian area, and I'll just delete it once I'm done the Indian area, put it somewhere else. I don't know yet. But yeah, this habitat is quite lush. There's I have titled not titled, but you know what I mean. This is like an Indian ruin, so there's quite a lot of, like, the temple that is broken down. You got rubble in the water on the side near the waterfall that I made as well, and because it's a bit of a mangrove, like on a riverside, I just throw the lilies everywhere. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for me for now, and I will see you in a few, and I'll do a bit of a walkthrough. Yeah. Okay, so we are back and this is the live view. We're starting off with the yin yang area and we're going to walk through. Oh, I should have done a night view. So there are good lighting throughout this. I completely forgot. I might add it in the end, but I probably won't. This is already hitting the 35-minute mark, so I probably won't. As you can see, I've got these little huts on the water. I did use the little floating jetty, the seal one with the hole in the middle. If you flip that upside down, it does have the barrels, and you can use that to make these type of things on the water. So the one that's near that waterfall has food on it. So the keepers do go across this bridge that I made, and they dump the food there. I've also got the little stepping stones so that they can clear the bedding out. The keepers in-game don't use this, but obviously in real life they can jump the stones, remove the straws, and then change it out. But yeah, so there is a window here. I use the emissive windows, which are really great. There's no glare on those at all. I love them. And as I said earlier, I've got these little CCTV footages, like Can You Spot the Tiger? And they're about 30 seconds, except for the food one. I think I recorded about 1:30. You can actually see the keepers put the food down and the cats run up to it, which I thought was nice. I've made my own little artwork, so like you can see the tiger stretching up onto the tree to scratch. And yeah, overall I do like this habitat. I've got, as I said, I do have this talk point. I really couldn't say that for a second then. So they haven't used it yet because obviously I haven't played the game. My frame rate is a little low at the moment because there is a lot in here. So I do press play intermittently so you can see the features like the waterfall I'm about to do here. But yeah, the cats and the keeper, oh, there's a bit of poop. The keepers do use that bridge. And like I said, the cats can use the stepping stones, but the keepers can't here. But in game, in real life, they would. Yeah, I got like this climbing structure you saw me build. Oh, he's up there right now. It's quite a nice view from here if you're the cat just sitting up the top and you can see down. That'd be quite a nice view. I was going to put a habitat camera up there, but it just ended up being nowhere to actually put it. Yeah, and this is like the backstage area that I showed you before. As I said, I do have these keeper stairs, kind of staff stairs. And yeah. Oh look, we've got a cat in there now. So obviously I do have a hose in here too. There's vents along the ground so they could just hose the floor down into the vent to get rid of any poop and stuff. Yeah. And like I said, I do have the 6 cameras. So I've got one in the enclosure, another on the foyer of the building, so as you can see, and another one that's viewing into the habitat. Then we do have one that's on that climbing structure to view the water, and I do have one down on both of those floating ones. That's where the food is, and this is where the bedding are, so they do use that. But yeah, so that's it for me. I hope you liked it. Make sure to hit thumbs up if you do, and if you got some inspiration. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Bye guys!